Hello and welcome to Reginaldesq. I'm Underhook and this is Armoured Warfare. So what I thought I'd do is play a PvE match every now and then in a different tank just to help out some new people. There's a lot of new people playing PvE. They're jumping into hard mode and some of them are only doing about 1,000 damage a game, which is causing players like me to lose a lot of games. I had a 91% win rate and right now it's looking like about 33% because players are just falling over. Now in this game I'm top tier. This is a tier 7 main battle tank, the Russian T-90, and we've got 3 tier 5s and a tier 6, so we're really going to be up against it because this tank, even though it's a main battle tank, its hull armour is awful. It only has 277mm at the front, 80 at the side and 45 at the rear. It does have a good turret though, with 660mm at the front. So you need to really be hulled down in this tank. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually have good gun depression. It only has 5 degrees of gun depression. So even though it really needs to be hulled down, it really has a difficulty getting hulled down. So you can see there I just can't get my gun to point at this guy. So you pretty much have to expose your hull to get a shot. Now the trouble is these days with now that they have all these missiles can do massive damage to you, and you can't really stop them with the hull armor in this tank. So, and this is one of the reasons why people are getting into so much trouble now, is that they're getting basically just smashed with missiles, which they didn't used to before, and main battle tanks aren't as tough as they used to be. Oh, so it didn't pen. So angling counts now, it never used to. That would have been a pen previously, in the previous patch. So yeah, people are getting a bit of difficulty. So I might just talk a little bit about different tanks and their strengths and weaknesses to try and help out beginners. So yeah, this particular tank, the T-90, has a good gun, does really good damage. Tank is actually also pretty manoeuvrable for a main battle tank. But like I say, the hull is really, really weak. Yeah, okay, maybe it hit his tracks. We're just going to aim at his butt here. Oh, this guy's pointing at us though. So we'll take him out. Better to take a tank out if you can take one out rather than damage. I mean, it's better for you experience-wise just to get damage. That you get more rep for doing damage than you do for killing tanks. So it's not like some games where you have kill stealing. There's no kill stealing in this game because it's actually better for you. You get more rep for damage than you do for kills. But as far as staying alive and keeping the team alive goes, in this particular case, bounced. In this particular case, I would like to just take tanks out because we're in a bit of trouble here. Just because of the... I've got mainly tier 5s with me. Now, I might cop one in the hull here before I get back over. Nah, yeah. Oh, he tracked me. Now you can see here I'm tracked, I'm stuck, and I cannot get a shot on anybody because of the gun depression in this tank. My wheels are spinning because my tracks aren't fixed. That was a long repair time, wasn't it? Probably should have used a repair kit, I guess. So as I said, good damage this gun. Does 576 to 704 average damage. It has a penetration of 640, which is really good. You can get HE ammunition on this, but the penetration's only 33, so it's basically useless. And actually, we better go in and help this guy because he's on very low health. So even though I'm top tier, you can see I'm trying not to expose my hull very much, and that is simply because the hull armor is just that bad that anybody can penetrate it. And I need to keep my hit points for later on. Nice hit, 700 damage. Okay. Go and help this guy now. Oops, I've been spotted. Oh, don't get side shots on me. Whew, that was lucky. Yeah, side shots on this tank really bad. Like, Not only is the hull armor weak, I mean on the side it's anything can penetrate you. It's like butter. Uh-oh. No, he's going back the other way again now. So he should be safe for a second. Okay, he wants to fight me now. If I could protect my hull a little bit here. So basically what I'm trying to do is keep my hull protected for the maximum amount of time. What you can do with these guys is basically ram them. He's bounced there. If you keep your tank changing your angle. So I'm going to ram him now. Hopefully I can kill him with the ram. If I can't kill him, at least he won't be able to shoot my hull from that close. So that's one tactic of this tank, is to actually ram people to stop them from shooting your hull. The other one's to try and of course get hull down, but because it only has 5 degrees of gun depression, it is difficult. Let's try and head this guy off if we can. Just fired one on the move there, really bad shot. This guy's going to block me off now. My teammate's going to actually block me from getting through, I think. Trying to keep close to him. Aim for the turret ring. So turret ring, in case you don't know, is the space between the turret and the body. It's usually a little bit of a weakness on most tanks. So if you're close range and you can't shoot the lower plate, or a weakness on the tank, turret ring is an area you can hit. Those of you who are experienced with World of Tanks would already know that, I'm sure. This guy's bumped into me again. So once again, I'm going to try and get really close using my strong turret to bully him a little bit. This is dangerous here. This guy's got a shot on my hull. I'm going to get this guy, believe it or not, because the missiles are actually more of a threat than anything else. I've just taken a hit now. I waited till he went past because I wanted to take that guy out. Better to take a tank out than it is to, like I say, do the damage, especially when the game's harder now than it used to be. So previously I would have just gone for damage because there was no chance of us losing the match. It was pretty easy. Took that guy out once again. I chose to shoot him because he had low hit points. So I'm pretty much going for kills. Remember, there's no kill stealing in the game. If you could kill a tank, kill it, because it's better than losing the match. We're in big trouble. You can see there's a lot of tanks coming, so it's very important now to kill where we can. So there's a guy here. I can't actually get this. I can. So we've got to take the targets out. Less targets is better. In this case though, this guy's close. I've got to stop him from getting my hull. And I took a shot from the side, unfortunately. Not enough to kill him. Oh, I'm in big trouble, guys. I'm tracked. Got to take this guy out. I'm still tracked. Oh no, I'm back. I'm back. I live again. This guy is not pointing his gun at me, and he's just fired. Anyone behind me? No. Move, move, move. Oh, I just got shot in the back. Who by? I'm tracked again. Don't know who shot me in the back. Whew. Okay, my tank is squeaky. I'm nearly dead. I don't like using repair kits and stuff. I reckon it's like virtually a cheat mode in this game. So I'm going to stay here and try and cap because it's only me and this other guy left. If I get hit by a missile, it's pretty much game over. Anybody behind me? Not that I can see. He's moving. He fired a missile. Did he just kill the other guy? Oh shit, is it just me now? Where's this guy gone? Where'd he go? He was just there, where'd he go? Oh, the other guy must have killed him. Now, I thought I saw someone over here. The other thing to remember, this tank, it has terrible view range. So, it looks like we've just won the game anyway. Whew, that was close. So, yes, the T-90. Not a bad tank, but you really have to be careful with your hit points. And don't expose your hull unnecessarily. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe to Reginaldesq. We will have a quick look at the results screen before we go, if it ever gets there. Sorry, my commentary wasn't very good. I was kind of under the pump there a few times. But you can see, like, only two of us made it through, and that's happening a lot at the moment. So yeah, I haven't got a premium account anymore because I really like to play PvP. I don't play PvE much, and it's just I don't feel it's worth paying. So the game is free to play. So if you do might like a bit of PvE, it's, you know, have a go. So I did the most damage, which I should have done, because I was a top tier main battle tank. So I was tier 7. The XM1, he was tier 6. All the rest were tier 5. So it's to be expected. I did the most damage. I also got the most spotting, which wasn't really to be expected. I would have thought, actually looking at it, they're all main battle tanks, so yes, that is to be expected. I would have had the best view range. So did the most spotting with 19 spots, and we got 12 kills. The next best was this guy with 6 in the T-90, which is the tier 5 Russian main battle tank. So basically we had a couple of American main battle tanks, a couple of Russians, and the Chieftain, the other guy that survived, is a British main battle tank. So we all had armor, but their armor really, they would have had a lot of trouble because they're against higher tier tanks due to me dragging him into a higher tier. So this guy did very well. XM1 with 13,000 in that tier 6 tank. He did pretty well, I think. This guy in the T-80 did great. 15,000 is great. He didn't survive, but you know, really his armor wouldn't have held up. So he did a great game. The Chieftain, who also managed to survive, actually didn't do very well, but at least he stayed alive and was able to, he only got 1 kill. This is probably a case of what I'm saying is a few people who are just jumping in hard matches. They really probably should be doing medium matches, not hard matches. And this is why I'm making this, because there's quite a few people like this at the moment who need to learn a little bit more about the game and where to shoot tanks and stuff like that. And probably play medium for a little bit more before they go into hard. The M60A3, tough tank to play when you're out-tiered. So, yeah, he just got killed. And I don't think there's many more. What else can I tell you? It's 38 shots fired, 37 of them hit the target, which is pretty good. They're very accurate, the tanks in this game. And penetration-wise, we've penetrated with 34 out of the 37 hits. So we did pretty well with our aiming and stuff. I know you probably think, well, I was top tier main battle tank, I should have been more aggressive, but this thing, the hull armor is very, very weak. Any one of those tanks could have penetrated my hull quite easily, so you just can't go willy-nilly with this tank, especially when there's a lot of tanks. You really need to be a bit careful in it. It's not like the British main battle tanks where you can sort of take hits from everywhere. Hope you enjoyed that, and have fun.